The 2015 Polyglot Gathering is brought to you by italki. Become fluent in any language.
Today I'm going to talk about Arabic diglossia and complex interactions between the language and cultural models which result in creating language ideologies and language identities. Arabic language belongs to the Semitic language group. It is a Central Semitic language. It has more than 300 million native speakers. It is based on root pattern systems, and it is influenced by diglossia, a sociolinguistic phenomenon which pervades the Arab world. Diglossia is simultaneous use and coexistence of two or more language varieties within the same speech community. The varieties are used side by side in distinct social domains and different contexts. Diglossia is a term introduced by the American linguist Charles Ferguson in 1959, and he defines it as a relatively stable language situation in which, in addition to the primary dialects of the language, which may include the standard or regional standards, there is a very divergent, highly codified, often grammatically more complex, superposed variety, the vehicle of a large and respected body of written literature, either of an earlier period or in another speech community, that is learned largely by means of formal education and used for most written and formal spoken purposes, but is not used by any sector of the community for ordinary conversations. The superposed variety is the high variety, and the regional dialect is the low variety. Diglossia in Arabic consists of a high variety, which is standard Arabic, and low varieties, colloquial spoken dialects. Standard Arabic is a literary and formal language, mainly written, and colloquial Arabic are in fact many national or regional dialects that are seldom codified. Some of them are so different that they are not mutually intelligible. This is an example of diglossia in Arabic dialects for the sentence I don't want. لا أريد in modern standard Arabic, مش عاوز in Egyptian, ما بدي in Lebanese, and ما أبغى in Gulf dialects. So varieties in the Arab world are high and low. The use of these language varieties depends on the social context and the circumstances of the communicative situation. So high variety is used in formal situation, formal spoken occasions, news, literature, media, books, official documents, political speeches, religious discourse, seminars, conferences, and it is acquired later at school. Low variety is used in everyday speech, informal situation, informal media, casual conversations, soap operas, talk show, movies, music, dialogues in novels, folk literature. It is used at home with friends. It is acquired as a native language. This is a picture of Arabic dialect. Modern Standard Arabic, or in Arabic, al-Fusha, is the literary language, the only official form of Arabic, and it is descended from classical Arabic and used in most written documents. Egyptian dialect, al-Amiya, is the most spoken variety with 54 million native speakers and widely spread in the Arab world thanks to Egyptian talk shows, movies, and music. They both carry cultural values and linguistic ideology. The meaning of the name al-Fusha in Arabic is the most eloquent Arabic language, while al-Amiya means the common language, the language used by people. And high variety refers to the language of Islam, and typically enjoys superiority over the low variety, and is also connected with Pan-Arabism ideology. whereas a low variety is often stigmatized as a less prestigious variety. Concerning phonological differences, the phonology of Egyptian Arabic differs slightly from modern standard Arabic, despite having common consonant and vowel interventors. The interdental dhal, dha, tha consonant in MSA may correspond to the Egyptian dental consonants da and ta, and sibilant consonants zay, sin, shin. Arabic palatal affricate jim is a realized velar in most of Egypt, and the uvular stop qaf becomes the voiceless glottal stop hamza in Egyptian Arabic. So there are some examples. So tha can be pronounced as ta, sin, tha. In, for example, thalatha in MSA would be pronounced as talata. Timthal would be stay the same, and thawra would be pronounced as thawra. Dhal is pronounced as dal, so dhahab would be dahab. Dad and dha. Dad is often pronounced as dha, and dha is often pronounced as dad. So, for example, bidabt would be bidabt, and nadarat would be nadarat in Egyptian Arabic. Qaf can be pronounced as qaf, hamza, or kaf. So, al-qahira in MSA would be pronounced, it stays the same, and qalb is pronounced as alb in Egyptian Arabic. And jim is pronounced as gim. So in the word jamil in modern standard Arabic, it would be gamil in Egyptian Arabic. There are some differences in personal pronouns as well. So ana is the same, I. Anta is inta. Anti is inti. Huwa is the same here as well. Nahnu is ihna. Antum is antu. And hum is humma. Demonstrative pronouns, there is in modern standard Arabic it comes before the noun, and Egyptian Arabic it comes after the noun. So in sentence in examples like هذا الكتاب, this book in Arabic would be, in Egyptian Arabic would be الكتاب ده. And for feminine demonstrative pronoun would be هذه البنت in modern standard Arabic, and in Egyptian it would be البنتي, sorry. All nouns, adjectives, and numbers in Egyptian Arabic lack nunation, or they lose their case endings, except for certain fixed phrases in the accusative case, such as shukran, which means thanks. And concerning plural forms, the genitive accusative form is the only preserved in Egyptian Arabic. So in the modern standard Arabic, it would be, for an example, Misriyun or Misriyin. And Egyptian Arabic, it's only Misriyin, Egyptians. The present tense is formed from the imperfect verb and the prefix be in Egyptian Arabic, and the negative form is formed from the prefix-suffix combination ma and shin. And in MSA, negative form is only they only add la. So in examples like hiya taktubu, she writes. In Egyptian Arabic, it would be hiya bitiktib. Hiya la taktub. In negative form, in Egyptian Arabic, it would be hiya ma bitiktibsh. The past form, the negative form is there is a difference in negative form. And in Egyptian Arabic, it is formed with the prefix suffix combination ma and sheen, and MSA uses the prefix ma. So it would be in MSA hiya katabat. In Egyptian Arabic, it would be hiya katibat, and negative form hiya ma katabat, and hiya ma katabich. It's she wrote and she didn't write. There are some lexical differences as well. So amama in front of would be udam or usad in Egyptian Arabic. Al-an now would be dilwati. Aina where is fin. Ma mada what would be e. Min aina from where would be menin. And aidan to as well is bardu or kaman. There are two basic types of sentences, the nominal sentences and the verbal sentences. And for example, we have an example of the nominal sentences in Modern Standard Arabic. It would be Al-bintu misriyatun. The girl is Egyptian. And we don't use case endings or conjugation endings in Egyptian Arabic, so it would be al-bint misriya. The verbal sentences, the example in Modern Standard Arabic is ذهب محمد إلى المعهد, and this verbal sentences would be محمد راح المعهد. It means Muhammad went to the institute. Concerning word order, MSA usually follows a verb subject object order. Sometimes subject verb object order is used, whereas Egyptian dialect pretty much always follows a subject verb object order. So we have an example. In Modern Standard Arabic, it would be درس الولد العربية بالمدرسة. It means the boy learned Arabic at school. And in Egyptian Arabic, it would be الولد درس عربي في المدرسة. Writing system. MSA pretty much always uses Arabic script written from right to left. It is based on consonant alphabet, and short vowels and diacritical marks are usually not written. While in Egyptian Arabic, they usually use Latin letters, and it is used for communication among Egyptian youth via SMS, Facebook, and Twitter. And there is no codified script for Egyptian Arabic. Concerning language identity in Egypt, after the Egyptian Revolution of 1952, the Republic of Egypt was established in 1953. In that post-colonial time, Egyptian Arabic entered formal domains such as preaching, education, lectures at school and university, public speaking, which had a huge impact on positive language ideologies towards Egyptian Arabic. Political leaders used Egyptian Arabic to gain sympathy. And President Gamal Abdel Nasser used Egyptian Arabic in his speech and at Al-Azhar University in Cairo to address all the people. And those social factors gave rise to Egyptian nationalism, where Egyptians wanted to reclaim Egyptian culture and identity. So because of that, It impacted the language as well. So they tried, some of them tried to combine the formal and the colloquial Arabic into one language, and to modernize and change the Arabic script with Latin script or hieroglyphics. And those efforts failed because Egyptians related authentic Egyptian identity to the Arabic script. Now we're going to see a video where a man is walking the streets in Cairo, asking the people questions in modern standard Arabic. So we will see their reactions. Thanks to my friend Mustafa who translated the video and uploaded the subtitles. Oh.
ممكن أقول لك حاجة بس ازاي تسمعني؟ أشكرك. أشكرك.
It's low.
Do you have it as a file, probably?
Yeah. Okay.
ممكن أقول لك حاجة بس ازاي تسمعني؟ أشكرك. ما هذا؟ هل هناك عطارين؟ أريد أن آكل. هل هناك مطاعم في هذا المكان؟ أريد أن أشتري مثل هذه الدراجة البخارية. كيف أشتري هذه الاسطوانة؟ أريد شاطر ومشطورة بينهما كبدا. كيف أشتري مثل هذه البذة؟ كيف أشتري مثل هذه؟ أين توجد هذه العتبة؟ أريد أن أشتري حذاء. ألا تعلم حذاء ما شاء الله حذاء خيار أبحث عن عمل أخي حاضر ماذا تقصد بأدعلك؟
يعني تديني فلوس وكل واحدة.
ماذا تقصد بإديني؟ أنا لا أفهمك.
صعب كده أوي بقى أنت بقى.
ألاقي؟ ماذا تقصد بألائي؟
يعني شايفك إن جدا وحطوا اللي أنت عايزه. مرافقات وجواكت لو أنت عايزه.
بلوف؟
مرافقات وجواكت لو أنت عايزه.
مع قداحة. قداحة.
تتكلم إيه؟ لغة إيه؟
أتحدث اللغة العربية.
بس 300 100 3 ميات.
نعم.
مش عايز واحدة؟
أريد مثل هذه.
مثل هذه؟
نعم.
أنت خد مثل هذه وهات الفلوس.
ازاي مش فاهم على 25؟
25.
عندك واحد؟
أنا أريد أن أراه أقيمه. هذا للنساء حذاء وهذا
شبشب.
الشارع هو هتلاقي فيه.
أنت تقول لي عايز حاجة.
يعني أنت عايز حاجة ثانية يعني؟
أشكرك. نفوذ.
نفوذ إذا عندكم نفوذ؟
نفوذ. نعم.
خد أنبوبة.
نعم.
مش من هنا.
ماذا تقصد بمش من؟
لست من هنا.
لست من هنا. نعم. أشكرك. ماذا تسمى هذه؟
بتاعت ودني.
نعم.
بتاعت ودني.
أذن. أنف وأذن وحنجرة. أنا ممكن أن تتحدث معي بالعربية حتى أفهمك؟
أنا صعيدي.
إني أبحث عن عمل.
تشتغل معانا يعني؟
نعم.
تمسك استكرات كده تشتغل كده؟ أنا هو في
شايف.
لا بتكلم باللغة العربية الفصحى أوي كده.
أنا أتحدث العربية.
بتكلم باللغة العربية الفصحى. السعودية.
تليفون.
التلفون
اسمه ايه التليفون عندكم؟
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأن محمد رسول الله.
شهادة أنت معاك معهد ولا؟
دراسة. نعم. الصعيدي.
أنت من عصر
هم صعيدة ما بيتكلموش عربي يعني؟
أنا بتكلم عربي. بس أنا لغتي الصعيدي.
أنت صعيدي.
حلوه الكاميرا الخلفيه دي.
خلفية. أنت راجل خلفية أكبر بنفسك. طعام. الشراب. اللي بيتلبس في الرجلين؟
لا الشراب اللي هو بيشرب.
مش شراب.
اللي فريق دي جوه.
Okay. So, I mean, after watching this video and hearing this presentation, does it really pay off to learn modern standard Arabic? I mean, since it's not a mother tongue to any Arab, and many Arab don't speak it, who don't have access to any formal education. My answer is yes. It can be used as lingua franca across the Arab world, especially between mutually unintelligible dialects, for example, Moroccan and Iraqi. It opens the doors to Arabic culture, written documents, rich literary traditions, and learning languages is also about getting to know cultures. And after learning MSA, learning a dialect is much easier. But Arabic equals a diglossic reality. On the other side, it is essential to be able to speak a dialect in order to integrate into society in the Arab world. MSA gives you a written proficiency in reading and writing, and Egyptian Arabic oral proficiency in speaking and listening. And now we will see a video, an Egyptian song, and you will see below the subtitles transliterated Arabic. I mean Egyptian Arabic using Latin script to see how it looks. Oh. I should probably... Okay. That would be all. Thank you for your attention. شكرا لكم على اهتمامكم. Any questions? Yes.
Hello? Can anyone hear me? No.
You should change something.
No.
Try again.
Hello? Hello?
It's not.
I'll speak out loud enough.
No.
Thank you for a very interesting presentation.
You're welcome.
One question I have is, there are lots of university papers on the difference between modern standard Arabic and the dialects. But are there any good books which deal with that? Like, you know, for people who are just interested in learning, a sort of popular audience. Is there like a good book you could recommend?
I don't think. I don't know
I don't know,
exactly. I've seen some papers and some studies on that topic, but I'm really not sure.
Because even some of the good books that have come out in England
Yes.
are basically university papers in book
Yes,
form.
exactly.
And it's not like accessible, but maybe you should write one.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, now it works. Sorry about that.
Hello?
Yeah, so thank you very much for this presentation. I have a question. So basically, if I'm planning to learn modern Arabic, how long does it take me to learn the dialect, for example? So for example, if I want to learn modern Arabic, it would take maybe, I don't know, 6 months to 8 months. And then I want to learn Egyptian Arabic. It would take like...
It will be certainly more. It will be certainly easier to learn Egyptian dialect after learning modern standard Arabic, because it's less complex and you will be able to understand a lot more. So probably, I don't know, maybe 6 months.
Okay. And doing the reverse, so learning Egyptian Arabic?
It is much more complicated.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
I am totally ignorant about this language. And my question is, just by curiosity, why so many people pay attention to the Egyptian dialect?
Oh. Mm-hmm.
What's the reason for it? Because many friends of mine learn it, and they said that that area is the most important or something of the kind. What's the reason why?
Why Egyptian dialect?
Exactly, and not the Arabic from Morocco or from Saudi Arabia, etc.
Because it's widely understood in the whole Arab world. And as I said, thanks to movies, music, and talk shows. So speaking Egyptian dialect is very useful. Speaking Egyptian dialect, I think is the most useful. But I mean, if you want to learn a dialect, pick the one you like.
Thank you very much for a great presentation. I should congratulate you because you had written also. The problem I had in this conference was that sometimes I had problem in understanding the dialects, but about you, nothing. My question is about a language in the name of Nepti or Qibti. In the Egypt, I imagine the Christians in Egypt speaking this language, and I wanted to know if there is any word or vocabulary from this language in the Egyptian dialect of the Egyptian Arabic today.
Today?
Yes.
I don't know. Coptic language is derived from ancient Egyptian language. Of course, it influenced Arabic language as well. I know that there are some words, for example, the word asit, which means the woman, in Egyptian dialect has actually come from Coptic language.
Hello. At the moment I'm learning Modern Standard Arabic, and in my course that we're a bit more advanced, there's like me who just started out with Modern Standard Arabic. And then there are people that spend some time in Palestine and some people that spend some time in Egypt. So although they learn Fusha, they are totally confusing the dialects with Modern Standard Arabic. So how can you maybe prevent that, or how do you recommend? Because I think when I just would have started learning a dialect, I think I would just go crazy.
My advice to you is just to focus on one dialect first. I mean, not to confuse, and to use Modern Standard Arabic. Because, I mean, there is such a great difference between some dialects that I would not recommend at first. Maybe later when you achieve a certain level of some dialect, then yes.
Yeah, but I mean the confusion between the MSA and a dialect when you learn
okay,
that.
yeah.
Because I see that from my co-students that they have a background from Palestinian Arabic, and they always like write in exams in a dialect, and then our teacher's like, no, write in Fusha, and don't use these ugly words.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think when you reach a certain level of Fusha or Modern Standard Arabic, I mean, it's easier. But maybe it should not be so good to learn both MSA and a dialect at the same time. First MSA and then afterwards a dialect.
I would second that. I and maybe you as well has had the same experience with learning I learned Standard Arabic as first as well, and I've watched classmates really struggle going the opposite. And so this is why I feel like learning MSA. I've seen people struggle a lot less when they have a foundation in MSA first and then learn the dialect, because they have some sort of reference frame when they learn new words to say, okay, this is dialect, this is standard. Whereas if you only learn dialect, then you try to learn standard. It seems like there's less confusing going MSA dialect than dialect MSA.
Exactly.
I think it's also very valuable if you can find a native speaker of Arabic who actually wants to speak Fusha with you, because many people are not don't feel comfortable with it, or are not prepared to speak it, and then they often go into the dialect and they assume that somehow you understand. But I find it very satisfying when somebody speaks Fusha with me, because I understand much more than any of the dialects.
Okay. Any more questions? Okay.
I just want to ask. Were you ever in this kind of situation that you talked to a native speaker and you had some kind of a misunderstanding?
Of course. In Modern Standard Arabic. Yes. When I was, for example, in Tunisia, I tried. I mean, at the time, I didn't have any knowledge of any dialect. I just used MSA, and it didn't go so well. I mean, I was trying to ask some questions, and they understood it, but they were like, okay, what's this word in Modern Standard? I forgot. Yeah. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, it's like, because if I take my example, so my parents are from Senegal. Mm-hmm. So Senegal is a French colony, but also have the Arabic culture. So most of the Wolof, they come from modern Arabic, and some channels also are using modern Arabic. So people, I assume in Islamic words, they understand modern Arabic, but they're not used to talk to it.
Yes.
So that's why when you say that you went to Tunisia and you were talking to them and they were not able to answer, I was shocked, because I remember when I was in Senegal, like I've never learned Arabic, but my dad learned it, so it was had the full capacity to understand it, even if he was not able to talk about it. So what is this? Where does these diversions come from? Can you explain us why people in the news are, if you have the answer, of course,
Yes.
can understand modern Arabic, but in the street they cannot, like, they don't speak it or don't understand it.
They understand it, but they don't usually speak it. I mean, since it's mainly a written language, it's not usually spoken, and it's used in formal occasions and in mosques and so on. So, yeah, that's why.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Do you have any idea that which dialect is closer to Fusha?
Which dialect? I think the closest dialect to Fusha is probably Shami, which is in that area of Lebanon, Palestine, Syria.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for the talk. I had a very short question. In the song, they were using the Latin script. I'm just curious, how popular is that Latin script? You know, do all young people know how to write? You know,
It's very popular, but it's not codified. They don't have like a codified written system for that Latin script. But it's very popular. You can see it on Facebook, Twitter. Then they use it in SMS. But, yeah.
What is your learning routine according to this language? How are you learning it actually?
At university.
Doing what? I mean, do you divide your time and you just do 30 minutes of writing and then 20 minutes of reading?
I usually combine everything. I like to read news. I like to read. I like to read newspapers, and I usually do it in Fusha, and I try to do it in Egyptian dialect as well. And to watch news, and I like reading literature and papers, and I talk to people.
Do you think that it's possible to learn this language without help from a teacher?
Possibly, yes.
As an Arabic language speaker, in your opinion, how many groups of dialects now exist in Arabic language? For example, you said Shami dialect.
Yes. Well, there is a Maghribi group of dialects, Western group, which includes Moroccan, Libyan, Tunisian, Algerian, yes, of course. Egyptian is somewhere in the middle. And then you have Gulf dialect, Khaliji, and then you have Shami, and then you have Iraqi, yeah.
And I imagine during the different levels of the learning language, for example, I mean reading, writing, listening, and speaking.
Yes.
I imagine relating the Arabic language, the most difficult part for you was writing. Is it true?
No.
Why?
Because it's not so difficult. I mean, do you mean Arabic script?
Yes.
No, it's not. I mean, it consists of just 28 letters.
What about reading? Because I know there is no vowels. There are vowels,
Yes.
but not always written.
Maybe that part is a bit difficult. I mean, if you don't know a word and they are not, and the short vowels are not written, then yeah, maybe. But you can possibly guess the word derived from the root if you recognize a root. Yeah.
I can say something about that from my own experience. Like,
Okay.
all the time when I tell people like I started learning Arabic, they're like, "Oh my God, the writing that must be horrible," and I'm like, "No, the writing is all right." it's for MSA, it's more the grammar stuff and the nunation and all the endings that you have to learn that are pretty crazy, I think. But when you start off learning Arabic, you also, in your books, you have the vocalization, like the slow ones, and then they just slowly go away. And I think that really helps when you learn a new word, that you look up the vocalization and then you just leave it off and then you recognize it. But sometimes, yeah, you still have
and
to
it
look
helps that you have those patterns. You have patterns and roots, and they apply to every verb. And of course, there are some exceptions, but it helps a lot.
Yeah, but it's definitely not the writing. That's the hardest part of it.
Yeah, writing is not hard.
What are the grammatical aspects that you find difficult in this language? Could you give us 3, 4 examples, please?
Well, I don't know.
For
For MSA.
it's the cases and all the nunation and all the exception of the nunation.
Yeah.
The whole system of the radicals.
Yeah.
Which is completely different from the many other languages.
Yeah. But it's not so difficult, I mean, all in all. Yeah. Yes, and exactly. Sorry? The dual, yes. Dual forms are not so much used in Egyptian Arabic, whereas they are used in MSA. Yeah, maybe that's complicated for verb conjugations. Yeah, because it's not so common in other languages.
Do you declinate nouns as you do it in Slavic languages?
No. They have just 3 cases, and in Slavic, I mean, I speak Serbian as my native tongue, and we have 7 cases, so yeah, it's easier.
Hi. Right now you speak both MSA and Egyptian dialect, right?
Yeah, but my MSA is much better. I mean, I should improve my Egyptian dialect.
Okay, so at the beginning, how do you find like the resources to learn Egyptian dialect? Because I imagine there are many books for MSA, but not for the dialects.
Since Egyptian dialect, I think, since Egyptian dialect is the most popular dialect, there are more and more books and textbooks on learning Egyptian dialect. Okay. Okay, thank you so much.